The science and technology centers are about creating the environment for innovation. They're not entirely funding that innovation. All of the projects funded in the science and technology centers require co-investment from an industry partner. So we're creating the environment and seeding innovation that is then multiplied from investment from companies who see that value and say, hey, yeah, that's the future, we're gonna invest too.
My name is Dr. Nefi Samandari, and I'm a general dentist. I've been practicing in the Valley for about 30 years. So I'm a believer in the STC program. I think it's a very good incubator bed for companies to think about and present their ideas.
Within the STCs, all projects have to have impact within the state of Arizona. And that means that we're usually partnering with Arizona companies, or we're partnering with companies that are thinking about setting up shop, moving to, expanding to in the state of Arizona. And one really cool thing about that is we feel like we're building something in our own backyard, for our own city, for our own state. And I think as researchers, we're very much invested in those outcomes.
I think of myself as the engineer on the inside of a patient's face. The genesis of Keystone OrthotropiX was about 5 years ago. I sat down and thought about a way to address this concept of obstructive sleep apnea. There's one key bone in this facial space that's really, really critical for your development. It's called the maxilla, which is your upper palate. It's what we call the keystone to your face. Knowing that 85% of your face is built by age 5, if you're going to intercede, you should intercede preventatively at an early stage. The devices that we use right now, the pacifiers, the baby bottles that are out there in the market today, actually cause a vaulting or a collapsing of that maxilla. What our device does is it actually helps keep that presence of that bony plate and let it grow out to its best potential. And that way you're going to get so many benefits from that. Not only orthodontic benefits, but also airway benefits, nasal septal benefits, TMJ benefits. This is a $5 solution for a $50,000 health problem.
The objective of the project is to take it from on-paper concept to an actual prototype device that can move on into a testing phase. The device itself is essentially a pacifier. It works and looks like a pacifier. What it does is when it's in an infant's mouth, as an infant is basically sucking the pacifier, it generates forces that will widen their palate.
So that's what I'm working with ASU on, and that's where we're getting all of our CAD designs developed with the ASU team. What we do is we actually make a comparison of all the different measurements we've taken on the kids, and I scan the mouths at the birth time, or 7 days after birth time, at 3 months, and at 6 months, and we see how this palate spreads and grows. And we want to eventually have more growth and development induced by our pacifier stimulation and the muscles of the child actually causing the palate to grow to its optimal genetic potential.
The biggest impact for me is that we're avoiding health concerns later on for Ian. As a mother and me being in the dental industry, it's really important not just for my baby Ian, but for other babies to not have any health problems.
ASU has a wealth of amazingly smart scientists and researchers. They have the most amount of patents of any institution in the nation. And that's because they've made these institutional commercial relationships and propelled themselves to a whole different stratosphere compared to many other universities that are out there.